Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 27th of the 4th, 2021. The time is 0500 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime, North American session. Right, yesterday, Monday the 26th, we had a positive unopposed driver in the pound at plus 100, no backdoor flows, so the opposing negative flows mainly came out of the yen at minus 72, out of the euro at minus 23, and the dollar was the negative rock at minus 5, activity plus or minus 100. Intra-week then, this is from the Monday the 26th to about 15 minutes ago, open. We've got a negative opposed driver in the yen, minus 99, front and back door flows this time, mainly going into the pound at plus 74, into the dollar at plus 56, and the euro was the negative rock at minus 31, activity plus or minus 130. Finally, intraday then, this is what's happened in the Asian session till about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the dollar, plus 63, front and back door flows, mainly coming out of the yen at minus 57, out of the euro at minus 7, and the pound was the positive rock at plus 1, activity plus or minus 64. Right, what's been knocking about? Well, we've just had the overnight, we've had the Bank of Japan rates decision, and no change to monetary policy basically. So that's that. We've got a CAD Tier 1 speech later today, and then tomorrow we've got the RBA, Royal Bank of Australia, AUD CPI, CAD retail sales, and the Fed FOMC minutes and rate decision. So early evening in the UK. Right, so let's have a look what's been happening in the flows. So let's get rid of this. Our trades are about minus 1,000 points overall. They haven't really changed. They've been soft for a week or so. Anyway, let's have a look at the flows. Right, so we've got euro weakness in the Asian session, except against the yen, the NZD, and the Swiss franc. We've got yen weakness, except against the NZD. We've got the pound is strong, except against the dollar, the CAD, and the AUD. The Swiss is weak, except against the yen, the NZD. The CAD is strong, except against the dollar. The AUD is strong, except against the euro, the dollar, and the CAD. The NZD is weak across the board, and the dollar is strong across the board. So what have we got then? We've got dollar strength, New Zealand weakness across the board. Take your pick in the middle, and then let's have a look at the other asset classes. Right. So let's just get rid of that. Right. So US dollar index. Right, so what's been happening there? Well, we've got this sort of, basically it broke, and it's now about 0.4 from our modelled floor. Gold, gold had this double top, it went lower, and it's now operating at about this 0.3 from the floor at the old support level on the break. Oil came off and it's now operating about 0.3 from the high, so it hasn't really budged for quite some time. Wall Street broke and it's now flatlining at the moment. They're pausing and waiting. S&P, we had this double top, it broke, and it's similar to Wall Street now, in a sort of a pause situation. The tech took an age to break the high. It has done, and it's now operating above that high. Right, so what else have we got? We've got US 10-year and the bond. The US 10-year looks roughly like that. It's 0.4 from the floor. Remember this is price. So the price has bounced up, so the yields have come off. Likewise with the bond, we've got this situation. It's 0.33 from the floor. So actually, what's happened now is that the yield gap has closed. The euro was well ahead at one point recently, and now the yield gap has closed. So relatively speaking, US yields and euro yields are coming closer together, which has an effect on the euro dollar. Right, copper, remember I had these 5 pumps, went back to the second pump, went back to base camp, and it's now broken the high. It's operating above the high. And US steel sold off at the double top, broke, and it's now operating at about 0.25 from that new high. So it has come up quite a bit, US steel. Right, so let's just clear this and finish off the analysis. As I said, our trades are struggling a bit. The New Zealand dollar is the main culprit, and the dollar itself has come back a little bit, but mainly the New Zealand dollar. Right, so we're short the dollar against the euro, the pound, and the AUD, and we're short the NZD against the euro, the pound, the CAD, and the AUD. Right, so the main pain has been the NZD for us, although it does look like they're starting to show signs of creaking a bit, but we'll have to see. Obviously, we're running into the Fed now, which is going to be early evening tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to hold our positions and just not add and just monitor at the moment. We're not seeing a particular rebound in the dollar. You may well see a little bit of short covering on the dollar, but everybody's waiting and watching. So hope that was useful. We put our first video out on crypto yesterday, so if you're interested in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, etc., have a look at that. Other than that, good luck and see you tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you very much.